Hey survivors, it's Angela Atkinson, and today at queenbeing.com we're going to talk about how to build a successful website that will make you money. All right, this is another video in our C series, which stands for the Self-Employment Escape. All right, so let's get started. So the truth is that the first step to building a successful website that's going to make you money is that you have to start with a good domain name, right? So, how do you do that? Where do you begin? Well, some people get really overwhelmed by thinking about the lack of ability that they have when it comes to making a website. But here's the good news: it doesn't have to be hard, and it's quick and easy if you break down the steps into little bite-sized tasks. See, baby steps, y'all. Baby steps always works. So, let's start by choosing a solid domain name for you. Okay. So when you're choosing a domain name, you're going to want to think of a name and find an available extension for that name. Okay. So an extension is the last part of the domain, like the .com, .org, etc. Okay. Now, there are a lot of options, and some of them are cheaper than other options, but you're not going to want to go with just anything. Okay, the name can go two ways. Either you can follow the safe route and choose a keyword laden domain name, such as the one I chose with narcissistic abuse recovery.online, right? Or you can go with something catchy that you hope takes off in a viral manner all across the web. Like Yahoo did, Google, Twitter, Queen Being, right? Okay. So a lot of people prefer to go with a keyword domain for obvious reasons. I mean, today the market is so saturated that you almost have to, right? You want your website to rank well for your chosen niche, and it's a lot easier to use keywords to make that happen, especially if nobody knows who you are, right? Yet. So you're going to use a free or paid keyword tool to make the top list of, you're going to figure out what the keywords are in your niche by using a keyword tool. Um, I recommend, like for YouTube, I use one called vidIQ. Just use Google AdWords even if you want. It works. Okay, you can choose a name with a high search or a keyword phrase or whatever with a high search volume if it's available as a domain name. Or you could go with a lower search volume that you will rank higher for more quickly. See what I mean? So these keywords are called long tail keyword phrases, and they have a lot more words strung together. So the search volume is less, but so is the competition. So if for example, if I'm competing for the word narcissism in my videos, I'm going to be competing with a lot of people. But if I'm competing with a long tail keyword like narcissistic abuse recovery, Angie Atkinson, well, I'm number one on that one, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So these keywords are called that. So the competition is lower, is the point, and then you rank higher in search engines. See? So we're going to look at a couple of examples from the dog training niche. Okay. Well, a prime keyword example would be something like dogtraining.com, right? Probably not available because the phrase has 1.5 million searches per month. So another phrase like protectiondogtraining.com may be available though because it has fewer searches like 12,000. You see where I'm going with this? So when you buy a domain, you will be typing in the URL you hope to land, such as dogtrainingtips.com. And if it's not available, the system will usually show you some alternatives that are available, like dogtrainingtips.net, for example. So when you buy a domain name, you're going to be typing in the URL you hope to land. Okay, we talked about this. So you're going to figure out, what you want, what you're looking for based on your keywords and maybe what kind of brand you're looking to show up, right? A lot of online marketers usually only want to go with the .com, .org, or .net, but some will go with the .info. It's always best to find a .com available in your niche, honestly, because it is the default URL that most people remember when they go online to visit a website. So, all right, as you check with your, if you as you're doing your research with your domain, okay, you are going to want to check with different registrars, but a lot of them are going to try to upsell you. Okay, some of them are going to try to sell you hosting, privacy, site building tools, all that stuff. Now, you may or may not want to buy them from your registrar depending on where you're at. So don't feel obligated to buy them up front. You can always decide later to do that because there's a bit of discussion about whether you should even pay for a domain for a year or more. Some people think that Google prefers domains that have a longer commitment, but you can always lengthen that later if you decide you're committed. I mean, I think a year is enough myself. So, the next thing we're going to discuss is how to choose a website host for your new domain. Okay, and I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because, you know, some people will tell you it's not a good idea to get your domain name and your hosting from the same host. It depends on where you buy it from. Okay, I'm not going to recommend any particular brand right now, but I will tell you that I've used Namecheap. So, you want to find a reliable, affordable website hosting service to use for your new website because, you know, obvious reasons. But of course, the sheer number of them available it's intimidating to say the very least. There are a few things that you will want to consider when you are narrowing down your options. All right. So you're probably thinking that cost is the most important quality, but no matter what your budget is, it isn't. Reliable uptime is really what matters the most. It doesn't matter if your hosting is free. If the servers aren't up and showing your site is pretty much useless. Your business won't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that while no company can provide 100% uptime, you do want to make sure that you're looking to work with someone who is pretty close to that number. There are many hosting companies currently out there that are offering 99.5% and higher uptime. Those are the solid choices for your website. Okay? Downtime is going to occur when servers are acting up, and it means that whenever your visitors click on a link to your domain, they certainly won't be able to access your site. It can happen at any time without warning, and it can cause you to lose money. And that sucks. Okay. Once reliability is locked in place, you're gonna have to choose a hosting company, not hosing, hosting company that provides stellar customer service. No joke. You may have questions, you may have issues you need resolved, and I don't know about y'all, but I hate dealing with bad customer service. Seriously. So don't put yourself in that position when your business is on the line to have to deal with bad customer service. All right. The website hosting company you choose should act as if you are the only customer in the world. Okay, so your response time should be almost immediate. Customer service should be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Feel me? And it should come in many forms: an 800 number to call, live chat, email, all of that stuff. Each day, you're going to use this website, so make sure it's easy to use. Make sure that site owners who are using the service enjoy it. Make sure that the cPanel's good. Make sure you know how to manage your domains. You might want extra stuff if you're kind of new at this thing, but just be careful. Now, of course, price should obviously be a contributing factor in your decision here. You don't want a free website host unless you don't mind the ads and the spam and all the crap. You also don't want anyone ripping you off by charging too much for hosting. So find a plan that lets you have unlimited bandwidth, which is the space that you get for your site, and unlimited domains for your future business growth. I did that, and it really does help because I have a lot of websites these days. All right, I'm going to wrap it up for today. In our next segment of the Self-Employment Escape, we're going to actually go into the physical building of the blog. Now that we've got your niche chosen, we've got your domain name picked out, and we've picked a hosting provider. That's our next step. We're going to build that baby, okay? So stay tuned for that. I will see you later today for one more video about narcissistic abuse recovery, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a part of my day and a part of my life. Don't forget, I'm live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And one more thing, I don't know, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day.